How's it going, guys? Boy Scanner here, back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about organizing your service types using favorites lists and how you could easily set up some quick keys to maybe separate fire, EMS, and police, for example. So I'm just going to dive right in here and show you an easy way to set that up. So you'll notice here we have nothing to scan. So what I've done to prepare here is I've created, in my favorites list, I've created 3 new favorites lists here. You could see Bingham EMS, Bingham Law, and Bingham Fire. So I want to separate these out, and I'm going to show you how to do that really quick here. So what we want to do is head over to Set Scan Selection, go ahead and set all lists off, and then go into Set List to Monitor, and then go ahead and turn on the full database. And now what we want to do is go to our location. This could be a location that you're not at, if you know the zip code, or if you're programming this for your current location, go ahead and enter that here. So I'm going to go ahead and just enter my zip code. And like I said, you could go ahead and program these frequencies for a city you're not even at. That's the really cool thing about the SDS100 is you can do this for cities you're not even currently in. Just with that zip code. You just won't hear anything, obviously, unless there's a frequency that's being used in your same area. But while this loads here, what this will do is load your full database. And the next step after it fully loads is we want to go back in here and go to set your location. I always check the range here. I'm going to go ahead and set my range to 30 miles. So we'll go ahead and enter that. Okay, so now what we want to do is head over to service types, and now we want to go ahead and turn everything off except the service type we want to program. So we'll start off with EMS. So we'll go ahead and leave EMS dispatch, EMS TAC, and EMS talk turned on, and we'll go ahead and turn off the rest. Okay, so now all we have on are the EMS channels. So now we could back out, and now we're scanning only the EMS frequencies. Those other frequencies have all been removed from this system. So now what we can do is just head over to our favorites lists, manage favorites, and then we want to head over, in this case, to Bingham EMS, and then we can add our current database channels. So now all the EMS channels are inside of our Bingham EMS favorites list. So the next step, what we can do is go back to select service types, and now we can turn EMS off, and then we could turn fire on. So now I could back out and let that load, and then head back into manage favorites. And now in this case, we'll go to Bingham Fire, add current database channels, confirm. Okay, and now those fire channels are inside of Bingham Fire. And now we'll go to Law, so we'll go back and select service types. And we'll go ahead and turn off fire, and then turn the law channels on. Okay, so now all the law channels are loaded, so we could go back into Manage Favorites, head over to Bingham Law, add current database channels, confirm. Okay, and now all the law channels are added to Bingham Law. So now what we can do is go ahead and assign a quick key to each of these. So for Bingham EMS, we'll just head back into that favorites list, and we'll set a FL quick key, favorites list quick key. So I'm going to set 10 for this one. And then we'll back up to Bingham Law. Our quick key will be 11 for this one. Back up to Bingham Fire. The quick key will be 12 for this one. Now what we can do is go ahead and back up, set scan selection, set all lists off, and then we could go ahead and select lists to monitor. And now what we can do is go ahead and turn all these on. and then make sure that the full database is off, and make sure any other favorites lists are turned off, obviously. So we only have these new ones that we created on. So now what we want to do is go back into select service types. And now since we have all three of these favorites lists on, we want to go ahead and turn on all the service types available. You'll notice all these other ones aren't available at all because they're not on the system now, because they're in, we programmed only these specific service types into these three different favorites lists. So you'll notice how nice and organized that is. So now we could just go ahead and back all the way out, and it'll show scan mode nothing to scan. So now all we need to do is enter one of the quick keys that we set. So the first list is 10, so I'll go ahead and enter 10, and now you'll see that that list is up. This is Bingham EMS. So now I can go ahead and type in 11 for the next favorites list quick key. And I'll go ahead and turn 10 off, so I'll just enter 10. So now we have Bingham Law is the only one activated. So you'll notice the asterisk right up here. That'll show which favorite list is active and which ones are turned off. So obviously I could go ahead and turn on 12 next, and you'll show that active right here. So very easy way to set up some favorites lists to go ahead and organize your service types. Like I did in this one, I just named it county and then the service type. So Bingham EMS, Bingham Fire, and Bingham Law. So this is just a really quick way to organize, another way to organize your scanner to make it a little bit simpler for you to monitor those frequencies that you want to go ahead and listen to. Next up, you could go ahead and head into the menu if we wanted to edit a few of our favorites lists. So for example, if I went into one of these, like Law for example, we'll just go in and review edit system. So here are all of the different systems inside of here. I know, for example, here that these two right here, Eastern Idaho Cooperative and Idaho Cooperative Agency, are digital. So I could really actually delete most of these out of here. So I could, come into each one of these and delete the system and so on, and then kind of clean each one of these up as well. So you could dive in a little bit deeper after you do that initial programming to kind of fine tune things. So, if I wanted to listen to just digital frequencies, that's what I would do. So I didn't have those conventional frequencies in there. So hopefully that helps you guys. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I'm doing a lot of videos on the SDS100. I have a lot planned. And have a great weekend, guys. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.